All right. Hi, guys. I am Z Slingsby, and we are going to jump right into our training today on social media. This is for social media newbies, but at the same time, it's a really good refresher, even if you've been on social media for a while. What are the things you want to be focusing on? Also, the date is August 2021, and I have to say that as a disclaimer because everything changes so fast in social media. I was telling Todd yesterday that I was preparing this presentation, and I'm like, I have so many presentations I've done for my team on social media, but I can't use any of them because everything's changed so much. So for now, this is relevant, but we will see how long that lasts. I am going to share screen and we will get started. All right, we're not starting on the first screen though. Okay, I called it, this is gonna be our coffee chat every single week because it's 9 a.m. PST. I actually have my shakes, already had my coffee. But you can bring your coffee to the call or your shake or your tea. Okay, so I just wanna take this back to some basics from the very beginning because I think sometimes we skip ahead and we're not doing the basic stuff in the very beginning. So the very first thing I want you guys to do is clean up your social media, okay? Your profile pic on Facebook and Instagram should be something fun, maybe a smile, maybe like a wink, something of your face though, okay? So there's a reason for that. There's just a little icon when people see a message from you or they see your name pop up. They're not seeing a huge picture. And so if you've got like your whole family in that picture, it's very hard to see any of them actually. If you want to put your family, put them as your cover photo in the back on Facebook, okay? But the main picture should be bright, it should be inviting, something that is fun or smiling or cheerful, okay? So that's for Facebook. For Instagram, you don't have a cover photo, but still, you still want to have that main profile picture be your face, okay? Add a website link on Facebook and a link tree on IG. So I'm actually going to show you guys what I mean by that. So let me see if it's going to let me. Okay, so let's actually just go to Facebook right now. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So on the edit profile button on the very top, see edit profile right here? You can add a link tree, and I'm going to show you guys what link tree is because you can add this on your Instagram too, okay? To set up Linktree, you just go to linktree.com, and please notice the weird spelling. It's linktr.ee. Okay, just go to Google and search Linktree. But Linktree, what that allows you to do is add multiple links. So I'll show you. If you just want to add one link, that's fine. You don't have to have a bunch of links like I do. Just make it your Meology link. So my Linktree has join the Prove It Challenge, take your personalized vitamin assessment. It has a video that I recorded, once in a lifetime opportunity, learn about Shaklee, join my mailing list. You guys don't need all this, okay? But you do need to have a link here. And if you're just gonna have one link, you don't need to use Linktree. Linktree just allows me to add multiple links. If you're just going to put one link here, make it your Meology link for a reason. When you start doing stories about Meology, and you can say, go to my profile for your Meology link, okay? I have had people that never message me that go straight to there, and I'll see that they took their Meology assessment. So this is gonna make your life easier. Add a Meology link right over here, okay? You don't need to use Linktree if you're just doing one link. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay, for Instagram, consider using a Lightroom preset. So here's what that is. You don't have to do this, but it does make it look a little more appealing if you're trying to grow your Instagram. So a Lightroom preset, have you ever seen those Instagrams where the pictures all kind of have a nice flow to them? That means you're using a preset, okay? And Alexa Jean is one that I know has like a lot of options that I've purchased from before. They're really inexpensive. ALEXAJEAN, Alexa Jean presets. There's a lot out there. And they'll walk you through how to set it up. It's actually really easy, but it will give your photos a nice cohesive look. Do you have to do it? Absolutely not. But I want to put it in here in case someone really wants to take that next step with their Instagram and make it look appealing when you first look at, those 9 photos when you first go in. All right, number 4, invest in a ring light. You guys, bright pictures make a big difference. It makes a huge difference. So when someone sees you on Instagram talking, or someone sees you in your kitchen with your Meology, or you post a picture on Facebook, a ring light makes a big difference. The one I used was like $30-something off of Amazon. So it's definitely not expensive. I actually have a really fancy ring light that Todd got me for Christmas one year. And it's so big and bulky, I don't use it that much. I actually like my little mini one a whole lot better. If you don't have a ring light, you're gonna want the window behind the camera. You want to backlight your phone when you're taking photos. Okay, guys? And then on your Instagram, create highlight reels. So if you go onto my Instagram, you'll see there's some highlight buttons, and there's a tip on there that I recently learned, is to have your very first one say start here. So people that are new, and it'll walk them through what you do. I have not done that yet, but highlights are a combination of things that you've shared. Okay. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but you can go to my Instagram and look at my highlights and see how I've done that. Highlights always, if you're only using Facebook, this doesn't apply to you, but on Instagram, it's collecting the posts that you've done and putting them into little folders is what a highlight is. All right, so now we're going to get into the really nitty gritty of the training. Mary, do you see yourself? Okay, I'm going to talk about types of posts. Now, when I say posts, I mean Facebook feed and Instagram feed. Okay, so not stories. We're going to get into stories later. I'm going to talk about the different kind of posts that I recommend you start doing. So number 1, storytelling with a CTA. A CTA is a call to action. So Mary did an awesome one the other day, and I really wanted to share it. Start with a catchy line. A few months ago, I had a sobering doctor's visit when I found out my cholesterol was sky high. Extremely catchy, right? Why is it catchy? She's a young mama. And it's like, really? She had a sobering doctor's visit? That's really crazy, because you would never think that someone at her age would have a sobering doctor's visit. But the truth is, health does not discriminate, right? Like anybody can go through all sorts of an experience when you are at any age, at any health, right? Even if you're super healthy, you can still experience something that you didn't think you would. And so it really catches people's attention of, wow, I wonder what happened. I wonder what's going on. Then you share a story, right? So she is really taking you on this journey with her. She says, I felt terrible. I didn't realize how bad my health had actually become. I felt fatigued and achy. Now, people can relate to this, especially moms. And I think for moms reading this, what they really get out of this is, maybe everybody says it's normal to feel like this, but maybe it's not normal. And maybe it's okay if I ask questions and I want to fix this. And then she talks about the story, how she ran into an old friend. We ran into each other at Target, right? And I introduced her to something she'd never heard of. So she's walking you through this story, and you can actually feel like I feel like I was there with Mary. I understand exactly what she was going through. She's walking me through it. I'm picturing her running to this friend, picturing her trying Shaklee for the first time, everything, right? And then she says, fast forward today. So now she's telling us how it was, how she felt, what changed, and now the new her. What does she feel now? She said, I test drove their nutrition and wellness products. Cute, catchy lines in there, keeps you reading, interesting. And she says, I've lowered my bad cholesterol naturally to 68 points. Like, I mean, I'm going, whoa, seriously? Okay, I want to know more about this. Even my skeptical doctor was proud of me. LOL, she didn't think I could do it. Cute, funny, keeps you engaged, right? And at the very end, she drops her CTA, call to action. Message me for details. She says, tired of going at it alone, message me for details, right? That is a story with a call to action. You want to sprinkle these into your social media about 3 times a week, okay? Let's go. I shouldn't say that assumes that you're posting daily. If you're not posting daily, then try to do it every 2 days, right? Do a CTA. But you do want to get to the point where you're posting more frequently, and it doesn't have to be a chore if you follow what I'm telling you right now, okay? So post number 2, type of post number 2 is an engagement post. Christy Lyons is the queen of engagement posts. She is so good at these. And when you go on her page, you'll easily see 76, 150, 400 comments. Like, she rocks these. And I will tell you guys, they're the easiest posts to do, and they really help your business because people want to come and see what you're talking about, but they're so easy to just throw up. So I'll give you an example. So what do your kids want to be when they grow up? I know most people ask their kids at the beginning of the school. I love the answers. And you can't see it in here, but she had like tons of people sharing, and it's fun. People like to share about their kids. Do you make your bed every day? There's something about making my bed that makes me feel like my day has started off right. She takes a picture of her bedroom, and then 76 comments with people responding if they make their bed or not. So how do you do an engagement post? It's a question that many people can answer, right? Or a comment that is super relatable. She made one the other day. She said, it drives me crazy when I say something and when I text someone something and they respond with a thumbs up or K. Can you please just respond? Oh my God, that post blew up. Like, everybody had the same feeling. So it has to be really relatable, or a question like these two that many people can answer. Okay, so most people have kids that follow her, and everybody has a bed, whether you make it or not. Most people that are going to be following her have a bed. So those two questions work really, really well. Okay, type of post number 3 is a personal, family, or lifestyle post. It can be fun, it can be cute, relatable, warm, fuzzy, funny. There's not a lot of rules with these, okay? Whatever is important to you in your life that's a lifestyle, share it. And like, for example, a picture of you and your spouse, right? Like, it doesn't have to be a story. It can be a story. It doesn't have to be. Okay, these are the ones that people that start to get to know you and care about you are going to be drawn into these kinds of posts, but there's really not a lot of rules for them. Okay, next type of post is an educational or interesting post. So this was like talking about how I converted this room into a playroom downstairs, and I kind of talked about having a 2-story house. But here's the thing with these kinds of posts. It can be a recipe. People love recipe posts. Random things that others might benefit from, like how you organize your pantry. People love that kind of stuff. A fashion share. I get so much interest whenever I post something off of Amazon because it's easy for people to order and it's usually affordable. So fashion shares that are everyday shares really work well. Travel tips, organization's a hot one. So these are educational or interesting posts. Okay, we are going to get into stories now. Okay, so let's talk about different types of stories on Instagram stories or Facebook stories. Okay, so number 1 is your daily routine, but that's not all Shaklee. It could be the meals that you're eating, taking your Meology, things you do with your kids every day, your workout, washing your face, cleaning your house. You can do videos like this was on the left. Here, it was simply a poll question that I did. Anything that's routine. I didn't put it on here, but laundry, you guys. Every time I do something about laundry, people have something to say about it, because guess what? Who does not have laundry as part of their routine? I wish I didn't have it as part of my routine, but it is part of all of our routine. So laundry is a really big one too. Anything that's routine, that's the stuff you're going to post daily. And then your Shaklee routine is going to show people that you're consistent with your health and wellness. Okay, then there's your influence post. And I think this is where I see people sometimes forget. We are not trying to be influencers just in Shaklee. If all of a sudden someone joins Shaklee and then you want to influence everyone with Shaklee all day long, every day, you don't come across as very trustworthy, because it's almost like, oh, you've never shared anything else that's important, and now just because you're selling this, you're sharing it all. There are so many things in our life that we actually really do want to share, right? A friend will come over. Oh my God, this is the best salmon burger I've ever had. You have to get it. People want to know that they can trust what you have to say in other areas outside of just Shaklee. So Amazon finds are huge. People love Amazon finds, tips and tricks, recipes. So this is kind of like the one I talked about on Facebook posts, where it's like informational, that type of thing. Groceries. People love grocery hauls. Trader Joe's, Costco, what are you buying? Everybody wants to know, what are you buying? And yes, definitely Shaklee goes into this as well, but you've got to mix it in. So influencing people's purchasing decisions. And don't look at that as a bad thing, like, oh, I have to influence what they buy. People want to know. I get so many questions. If I posted this recipe and I didn't put Costco, where do you get those from? You know why they want to know? Because if they build trust with you and you're in wellness and you go out to a grocery store and there are 2 million products out there, it is very difficult to know what is worth me buying and what is not worth it, right? So if I bought these and I'm impressed with them and they taste delicious and my family likes them, people want to know, right? And it's easy. It's easy. People love easy. So this is a post that's actually an influential post that affect someone's purchasing decisions, right? It might not look like it because I'm not holding up my Meology and saying, buy from me, buy from me. That doesn't matter. This is considered an influencer post that affects someone's buying decision. Okay. Be authentic and share only what you truly love. I have gotten messages from brands that ask me if I want to partner and get a cut back if I share this and that. And it's like, but I just really would not use this product. Like I'm not interested in it. And that's kind of how you build trust, and that's how you build a relationship with your followers is you share things that you love. And if I buy something that my family didn't love, then I'm going to say this was like not really that great. Hey, I bought this and it's a 5 out of 10. People appreciate that too, because then when they go to the store and they get sucked into the marketing, they're going to go, I don't know, because so-and-so said that when she cooked it, it came out really soggy, right? So affecting people's buying decisions through influence of things that you actually love and use on the daily. Okay, educate. This is not just Shaklee either, but really taking the time to teach people the behind the scenes of the products. Another really good example is I've seen some of you guys when you share the 7-day cleanse, you don't just say 7-day cleanse. You go through what the pills are in the cleanse. What do those actually do for your liver? What happens day by day? Why are we doing this? What's the purpose of cleansing the liver or detoxing the liver? So really getting past just showing a product, but taking it to the next step of let me teach you why this is important. That's what people want to know. They don't want to just take a bunch of pills and not understand it, or say, sure, sign me up for a cleanse and not know what they're getting into. For Meology, I've seen a lot of us, we post a video of us taking the Meology quiz. The more knowledge you share, you might think, oh, but I'm giving them all the info. It doesn't matter. People want to know what they're getting into before they click on something. Engage and appeal. So how do you engage? You can do polls, you can do questions, you can do that heart slider, like how much do you love? GIFs or GIFs, whatever they're called. Fun text colors, filters. So this is a really cool filter that Erica has really fun filters. So let's say you follow Erica, she's in our downline, and you see her post and you're going, oh, I love that filter. Do you guys know how to use her filter? Yeah. So for those of you who don't, what you do is you click up here. So it says Polaroid. That's the filter she's using. You can click on that filter and click save. And now that filter is going to be saved for your stories when you do your stories next. And you can use her filter. A filter usually has a couple different images too. So when you save her filter and you go to use it on yourself, if you click on the screen, you'll see other ones pop up. So if you like someone's filter, that's how you save it to your stories. But this makes it fun. It makes your Instagram fun and appealing, and makes people more likely to keep watching you rather than scroll away from you. Okay, so 2 resources that I swear by, and both of them I paid for this one, and she offers free content. So I'm not going to share anything that I don't highly recommend. Chic Influencer is led by Melanie Mitro, she's been the top coach at Beachbody more than anyone else. She's incredible. She offers a few different social media courses, and she has a Facebook group, and I can't remember how much I paid, but it's extremely affordable to be in the Facebook group. And then she does trainings every week that are recorded and you get access to the library. But I learned stuff, like actual stuff that I wouldn't have learned anywhere else. I feel like a lot of like Instagram stuff of like, how do you copy and paste? How do you do this? How do you do this? She teaches you. And I actually was telling Christy, I think I might sign up again, because the problem is you learn it and then everything changes. And I'm like, gosh, I don't know the up-to-date stuff. I know the stuff from 2 years ago, but it's affordable. She's just brilliant. I highly recommend her course if you want to invest and you really want to learn social media. The other thing I'm going to say about social media is if you learn it, you'll spend less time on it because it'll be fast and quick and easy to get things up, and you're not going to be spending 2 hours doing a story, right? So investing that into your business is a smart thing to do. The other one is the Jackie Richards, and there's a dot right there. So when you look her up, she is a network marketer with a makeup company, but she is all about offering incredible free tips about how to build your Instagram. I absolutely love her content. It's free. She does it in stories. You can look over here and she'll tell you how to do. She'll teach you so much stuff. And she goes in there and like teaches you how to do Canva and how to. She's incredible, absolutely free. So you'll get access to everything in here. And then in her stories, she'll share. But I would absolutely go and follow her. And then what you do is you can. It's not on this picture here, but there's like a little bell after you follow her, and you can set it to ding you every time she does a new post if you want to be alerted. You might not like the notification, but I do with her because I don't follow everything she posts, but I do want to know when she posts new content because it's really helpful. So those are two things that I recommend. Now, I will finish with this before we open up for questions. Social media is about consistency. You can't just pop in there and do all the great stuff and then disappear. In fact, you're better off doing less daily than doing more once a week. Okay. You have to be consistent. Erica, I will say, she went through, her family got sick this last, if you don't mind me, you were pretty open about it, but they went through a lot the last like month, and man, you still showed up on social media. She was just honest and real. And that's something I've always noticed about you is like she shows up on social, good month, bad month, feeling well, not feeling well. She shows up on social. She might not show up on social the same way or doing the same activities, right? Like we didn't get to see her bar workout for a few days, but she shows up on social. You have to be consistent if you're going to build a social media business, because this is the way people's head works. Oh, Erica is, wow, that's a cool skincare line. I'm going to have to think about that. 2 weeks later, oh my God, my wrinkles are really getting out of control. I really need to get a good skincare line. Who was it that posted? I cannot remember, and I haven't seen it again. That's how social media works, you guys. Okay. Social media is constantly in our face changing. And if you are not consistent, then I forget about you when I need you. Even though in the moment, you actually might have done a really good job of getting into my head and telling me, I want this. That looks really great. I really want it. I'll have to remember that, but we don't remember it, right? Because we have so much coming at us from different directions. And so if you're not consistent, people are not going to remember you. Meology challenge group. Oh my gosh, that looks awesome. When I'm ready, I'm going to do that. I just need to get my kids into school, and then I'm going to join her next group. Okay, I'm finally ready. Oh, wait, that Arbonne girl just posted a challenge group. Perfect. I'll go ahead and do that one. That's what happens on social media. They see your post, they're into it. It sounds amazing. My life doesn't fit right this minute, but I'm going to reach out to you as soon as it does. But as soon as my life works, that other girl just posted something and I'm going to join her instead. So if you are not consistent, you are losing people that were actually interested in you at one point. Consistency trumps everything else. You can have the fanciest Instagram in the world, but if you don't do it daily and consistently, it's not going to build anything for you, because you have to be top of mind. Does that mean you should post about your challenge group every single day? Absolutely not. But by you staying top of mind and maybe just kind of throwing something in daily, right? Like your Meology daily or your Life Shake daily, you're still top of mind, that people won't forget about you. Okay. But if you disappear off social and then you come back, you're not going to be present when they actually need you. The other thing you don't want to do is post a quick little family picture thinking that's this is me showing another side of me, right? Not just Shaklee. And then all of a sudden you're posting Shaklee posts, right? I'm showing skin, and it's all these advertising posts that don't have meaning behind them. It's okay to use some of the Shaklee share stuff. I actually love that they do that, but you have to personalize some of that. Okay. And then you can't just like post that up and think, gosh, nobody's buying from me. You've got to create this social media influencer profile where people want to be engaged by your content and enjoy watching your content. When you post pictures of your children, are you just posting a picture because you think your kid is cute, or does your audience really understand the character of your child? People do care about that if you give them a little more insight. I run into people all the time that are like, oh my God, I can't believe what Summer did the other day. Or, hey, how are you doing? Are Summer and Zach doing okay now? Because I share that deeper meaning behind just like a photo of my kids, because I think my kids are the cutest things on earth, but not the whole world, right? But if you give them deeper insight into your family and what they do and what's important, then people will feel more excited when they do see a family picture. So you can build that social media influencer profile, but it takes engagement across the board with the different kinds of posting and building that relationship. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and then open up for questions. I probably have blueberries in my mouth now.
That was a really good presentation. I really, really needed it. Because like we were talking about earlier, I've been off of social media for so long, and now coming back on, I'm like, Shaklee, 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 you know, and I've kind of lost that interaction with people. So this is really, really helpful.
You'll get it back. You really will. I mean, you had it really strong, so I know you'll get it back.
Yeah.
But just think about the different kind of, and every guys, you always wake up and you're like, what do I post? You know, I'll send this to you and just screenshot all the slides of the different kind of posts and just look at one and think. Or you can even come up with a plan if you want, right? I can say Tuesdays are my engagement posts. Thursdays are my call to action. And then when it comes to stories, what are your daily, Erica, you do a really good job of this. What are your daily things that you share on social no matter what?
Yeah, that's what I always keep in mind, because I noticed when I went from just sharing randomly to like, sometimes it's even almost the same thing every morning. People are so invested in that. Like they want to see, like they want to cheer me on when I wake up at 5 a.m. and show that I actually didn't hit snooze. Like that gets a lot of reaction. So being consistent and like showing that morning routine has really, really worked out well for me. Then after that, I kind of just start sprinkling in things throughout the day. But that morning routine serves me really well personally and with my social media.
And your bar workouts, like we all know to expect them. And it's like, if she's not feeling well, we're like, oh, we're not getting a bar workout today. You know?
Yeah, I love your posts or your stories, Erica. You do, I feel like I know you personally.
Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions? There's no question that's too basic. Okay, you guys. So if it's a super basic question, that's okay, especially because this is recorded for everyone that's new, that's joining, that might be brand new to social. So anything goes.
I do have a tip to offer that I had to learn that might be beneficial if you want me to share that.
Please. Yeah, absolutely.
Something that I learned is because I feel like my stories is my strong point. Like that's where I'm most comfortable. So I show up there the most. I had to learn to, when I'm talking to the camera, to say things like you, so that the person I'm talking to feels like I'm talking directly to them. So I learned not to say good morning, everyone, or, you know, hi all, because it's so general. But if I say like, you need this, or you will love this, or I think instead of everyone will love this.
That is so true.
Yeah, and I get a lot of messages from people who say, I love your stories because I feel like you're talking directly to me. And so once I kind of made that switch, I feel like I connected with people more because they feel like I'm talking just to them.
I love that. I never even thought about that, but it's actually so true.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to feel like they're one of the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I like that a lot.
Really helpful.
Any other questions? Okay, I am going to be watching all your stories and your posts and consistency, you guys. That is what is going to build this business for you. And it will feel very authentic once you jump into it. But the thing about, it's okay, Mary. Let me see. I have to unmute you. Did it work? You do have a question. Do you want to type your question, Mary? Okay, yeah, just go ahead and type it. Don't make a blueberry shake before the call. How long do your stories typically take to make? I mean, it really depends. Like this morning, I did a video of me with my shake. It took literally 3 minutes because I blended my shake and I just wanted to go on and record a quick video and just talk about my shake for a second. And then I posted it and it was done. I was like, okay, that was easy. If I'm doing a series, like let's say I really want to talk about our challenge group and I'm building like a bunch of slides, I'll usually do that at night when the kids are in bed. And that does take a little bit more time. Like that might take even up to 30 minutes, but I don't do those all the time. And I do save them so I can use them again a lot of times. But regular everyday stories really don't take a ton of time. What do you mean by batch? Do I make like a bunch ahead of time? Yeah. Sometimes But the daily stuff, really, no. It's like, because if you're already doing the things, like I'll give you an example. If you're already taking Meology every day, or your Vitalizer, or you're drinking your shake every day, it's just a quick picture. And you don't want to just pose with your shake every day, right? You want to change it up. But it doesn't take long to post that daily. And even a video can take like 3 minutes. But if, and then the other stuff is really authentic in the moment. Like, I'll give you guys an example. I posted a picture yesterday of, like, I called it mommy school, and me and Summer were doing, I don't like to have my phone out when I'm with my kids. It took 3 seconds to post a quick little photo, put that up, and then I put it away. But I got so many people messaging me, like, what is she doing? What books are you doing? You know what I mean? So they have a lot of toddler moms that follow me. And then my phone was away and I didn't even look at it again. So in the moment pictures are really fast. But if I'm curating a story that is like a specific, like I want to talk about a challenge group, like I said, then that's going to take more time, and I'm really building content, and that might take up to 30 minutes of work, but that's not daily. Erica, what's your thought on that? Because you do a lot of stories too.
One thing I had to learn when I first started doing stories, I noticed like I was nervous and I felt like everything needed to come out perfect, and I needed to say it perfect, and I needed to get it in within a certain amount of time. And so I would waste a lot of time recording over and over and over and not posting it, because I felt like I needed it to be so perfect to get my message across. What I realized is, whether I make a mistake or not, I just keep rolling with it. And I very rarely ever re-record something now, unless there's like something that like I'm like, okay, I just cannot post that.
Yeah.
But don't be so critical of yourself. Like, if you have something that you want to say, as long as you're being authentic and you're speaking from your heart, record it once. Always caption, because a lot of people don't listen to stories with the volume up. So you have to kind of caption what you're saying at the bottom, add in a caption, and even if it's not perfect, share it, because when they see that you're being authentic and you're being yourself and you're not afraid to make a mistake and keep going, they appreciate that a lot more than when everything's just like too perfect, because they can't attain that. So you don't want to show them something that they feel like they can never achieve. Does that make sense? Does that help?
To caption, Mary, is on Instagram stories. So if you aren't doing Instagram, I do recommend just create like an Instagram without even making it public, and link it to your Facebook, because you can do fancier things in Instagram. Because I know you're really building on Facebook, which is totally fine. But if you make the stories in Instagram and then they'll automatically post to Facebook stories, it is so much faster and so much more you can do. And then it'll automatically post to your stories. Nobody even has to follow you on Instagram, Mary, if you don't want to have an Instagram. Just use it as the tool to make the stories. And so there's a little button in there that you push, and it'll say caption, and it puts all your captions in there for you. If you're using Facebook stories to make your stories, you are going to spend a lot more time, because it is not user friendly from the last time I saw it.
Oh, I never even thought about that, because I've never tried starting my stories on Facebook.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, okay.
It's not user friendly. And I think, Mary, that's why you're probably spending more time. If you make it an Instagram and then do auto post to Facebook, it's much better. And if you don't have an Instagram, that's okay. Just make one and don't even have any followers. You literally can just use it as like a tool. That's it. Do you put a call to action on most slides, or no? Nope, just some. Definitely not all of them. You do want to use polls for a lot of fun stuff, not just business stuff. So like I did a poll yesterday on, like, when you were pregnant, did you ever use the rubber band on your jeans? You know, and I had a lot of people respond to that. You want to use polls to build engagement of stuff that's not just business related. So, or do like the slider bar, you know, the more stuff you can do like that, people like having fun with it. One thing we didn't talk about today was Reels, and Reels is a good way to build your business, but I wanted to keep this really basic, because what you don't want to do is do none of the other stuff and then all of a sudden start doing Reels. You really need to build up with a consistent engagement of posts and followers, and stories, and posts and stories as much as possible. So start with these basics, get a consistent flow going with all of these things, and trust me, when life happens, you're gonna have a much harder time not showing up. You're gonna be inclined to show up even when life happens and life is difficult, because your followers start to care about you. That's the truth. And you'll build that following, and you're gonna want to show up for it. So I will send out the recording for you guys so you can have this, but I'm excited to see all of your socials, and don't be scared about where you're starting. We all started somewhere. We definitely want to do a team picture. Are you going to take it, Erica?
I just
Right.
did a boomerang, but I can take a picture.
You do. Yeah, we'll do both. Mary, can you take your camera off, or no? If you can't, it's okay, but I thought you'd just be in the picture with us. Again, it's okay. That's okay. Your name will be on there. Jess, did you turn it off? Get back over here. Just smile.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, you guys all look beautiful.
I love it. Yay, go team. All right, ladies, next week, same time, if you can make it. I hope you can. We'll have a new topic though.
Thanks, E. That was
Bye,
great.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.